Good morning, students. Now we are going to start new stream of social science, history, and in this we will be studying the first chapter, the rise of nationalism in Europe. Students, nationalism, what does it mean? That we will be studying further. Here you can see in the picture a large group of people holding flags in their hands, standing atop a high platform. First, we will know what is the content of the chapter. First, we will go for the introduction, then, the rise of nationalism in Europe, the French Revolution and the idea of nationalism, the making of nationalism in Europe, the age of revolution 1830-1848, the making of Germany and Italy, visualizing the nation, nationalism and imperialism, etc. Now, what is nation? First, we have to understand it. Now, if you are asked which is your nation, your answer will be India. How India came into existence is another story. Here we will come to know about the nations of Europe, how they came into being, etc. Students, we live in a world where the existence of nations is taken for granted. What does it mean? That we know the existence of nation as we are seeing them for a long time. But before these nations were formed, they were not the nation, they were the states under the monarchical rule. A country with a defined territory. We know every nation had its boundary, a national language, and a central government. These are the features of a nation. How the sense of belonging to a nation developed? Only over a period of time, or the idea of nationalism emerged in Europe. Now, these are the things that we are going to study in this chapter. How territories were unified means there were different territories ruled by the different kings. How they were united to form a single nation, and the national governments were formed through wars and revolutions, ideological battles, and political conflicts. What does it mean? Man, it means when the nations were formed, it was not an easy task. There were different wars and revolutions and battles fought, and different types of political conflicts as well as social conflicts. The diverse processes through which nation states and nationalism came into being in 19th century Europe. That is all we are going to study. Now, to understand nationalism, we will read about words and deeds of important leaders like Giuseppe Mazzini and Bismarck. Like we know how we got independence with the efforts of our leaders like Gandhiji, Shastriji, Nehruji, etc. In the same manner, Giuseppe Mazzini, Bismarck, etc. were the great leaders of Europe who formed Italy and Germany, which were the dramatic events they led and they participated in. Not only what the leaders said, but also how their words were understood and interpreted by people. Whatever the speeches these leaders were giving, how people took their speeches means what did they understood by that and what did they took out the meaning of that speech, that is known as the interpretation. Expressions of nationalisms in small events of everyday life, छोटे छोटे events दिन प्रतिदिन के. Aspirations and activities of ordinary people. Aspirations means wishes. What were the activities of the ordinary people? And variety of seemingly dissimilar and unrelated social movements. They were not similar and nor were they related. Nationalist sensibilities that were nurtured by artists and writers, art and literature, songs and tales. These are the special features which transform the nation. Now we will come to know about the rise of nationalism in Europe. Here we can see one picture in which there is one Statue of Liberty and we can see the angels in the sky and a long queue of people marching with the flags in their hand. Now these flags are of different nations and they are passing from in front of the Statue of Liberty. Let's come to know about this painting. This is a famous painting painted by Soriot. Now in 1848, Frederic Soriot, a French artist, prepared a series of 4 prints visualizing his dream of a world made up of democratic and social republic, as he called them. You know, we are living in a democratic country, and a democratic country is one in which people have liberty. Artists of the time of the French Revolution personified liberty as a female figure. Like this. This is the female figure which they personified as the nation. According to Utopian vision, matlab real world, the peoples of the world are grouped as distinct nations identified through their flags. Distinct nation means different nations which are identified through their flags and national costume. You have seen sports event and everything, Olympiads and everything, in which there is a march past of the sports persons holding aloft the flag of their country. During the 19th century, nationalism emerged as a force which brought about sweeping changes in the political and mental world of Europe. The end result of these changes was the emergence of the nation state in the place of the multinational dynastic empires of Europe. All of you know that during ancient time there were kings and monarchs who ruled the country. They were known as the kingdoms. But when the democratic government has been formed, it is known came to be known as the country or the nation or the state. But a nation state was one in which the majority of its citizens and not only its rulers came to develop a sense of common identity and shared history or descent. एक कॉमन आइडेंटिटी हो जाती है सबके बीच में, like the common identity among us is that we are Indians and we come to be known by the name of the nation, and that becomes our nationality. A modern state in which a centralized power exercised sovereign control over a clearly defined territory had been developing over a long period of time in Europe. How power was being developed in Europe to control defined, clearly defined territories. That all we will come to study about in this chapter. Thank you. Have a nice day.